we're here. Apologies if it's cold. This place has been abandoned for well over a century. Well, by everything except for me, that is. It's old, and it's falling apart at the hinges, but it's home. Welcome to Frankenstein's castle, human. Come on, we're going up to the tower. My room is there, and it's also the only place where you won't freeze to death. Probably. Here we are. Make yourself at home. I'll get the fire started. Oh, and try not to touch those dangling electrical cables. Most of them are still live, and even without functioning pain receptors, I can tell you they are not fun to walk through. Here, I brought a blanket. This room is the most structurally intact, so it should hopefully warm up soon. Sorry, I'm not used to accommodating for the living. I don't feel the cold, or the damp. Anyway, can I get you anything? You've walked a fair distance. I imagine you're exhausted. I think I should have some tea around here somewhere. No. Damn it. No, not quite. Damn hands. Ever since I lost my sense of touch, small movements are impossible. Come on. Here we go. I'll just put this on to boil. Your tea will just be a moment. So, yeah. Sorry. I'm not very good at small talk. I haven't socialized in about 200 years, I think. Well, actually, there was that chicken a few decades ago, but I think the villagers ate him. Yeah, I don't really get out much. Kind of hard to when you look like this. Oh, tea. Your tea's ready. I'll just go get that now. Here you go. I hope I made this right. Tastes like leaf juice. Not quite as good as Victoria used to make it, but oh well. Where were we? Ah, yes, my less than stellar social life. I don't talk to anyone, so yeah. I'm sorry. What? You're serious? Me? Talk to the humans? Do you remember the bear traps that they laid for me in the forest? Did you think they were trying to give me a foot rub? They hate me. They hunt me so that they can burn me at the stake and rid the world of another abomination. That's what I am to them. An abomination. maybe they're right. I wasn't always like this, you know. I was human once, and I spent many nights in this very tower, bringing tea and food to the mad Dr. Frankenstein. Yes, the mad doctor. I know the modern stories of, quote-unquote, Victor Frankenstein well. I used to drive her mad when I called her Victor. But I can assure you, she was not mad, just eccentric. Victoria was a genius, but when it came to taking care of herself, she was absolutely useless. So that's where I came in. Her experiments took up most of her time, but she always found the time to endure my jokes and teasing.
You're so annoying.
Yet despite all my efforts to distract her, her research was always the first thing on her mind. No matter how much I wanted me to be. She was trying to harness the power of lightning to stop death, though admittedly she wasn't getting very far. Until one day, she returned holding this strange black gem and babbling about a monster in the woods that chased her when she picked it up. She said it was a power source for her machine, but something seemed off about it. I told her as much, but she wouldn't listen. We argued. She got angry and ordered me to leave.
Victoria.
Get out.
So I did. Later that night, the storm clouds swarmed the tower like moths to a flame, to the point where the top of the tower disappeared into the grey of the sky. I was so hurt by what she said to me, but I had to do something. So I ran back to the tower, but I was too late, and arrived to see her, my Victoria, engulfed in purple lightning as she frantically tinkered with her machine. Her machine wasn't built to contain the power of that crystal. She knew that. I could see it, and she didn't care. She was prepared to die with her experiments.
What are you doing?
I couldn't let that happen. So when that fatal bolt of lightning shot towards her, there was no hesitation in my mind. I threw myself in front of her and took the blast.
No.
After that, my memory ends. I remember pieces, fragments, but it's all in a fog, as if something is clouding my thoughts whenever I try to cast my mind back to that moment. I remember feeling cold. I couldn't move. I couldn't breathe. Victoria was back at the control panel, pressing buttons and pulling levers. A hatch on the side of the machine opened, and the crystal's light appeared like a beacon. She stumbled towards it, but before she could reach it, there was a flash of light, and suddenly she was lying next to me. Every fibre of my body wanted to hold her tight and tell her I'd protect her, but I couldn't. All I could do was stare at her as her eyes bore into mine. Her lips parted and she spoke, but I couldn't hear. I strained and strained to read her lips. I could hear pieces.
Stop the monster.
And then
I love you.
I couldn't hear it all, but I heard enough. Monster. The last thing she called me was a monster. And now she's dead. Because of me. And I'll never know what her last words truly were. I awoke like this, undead, and stumbled to the nearest village, but the humans attacked me. I fled to the forest, and they branded me as Frankenstein's monster. They've hunted me ever since. What? Go to the human village? Were you listening to anything I just said? The humans hate me. Why would I purposefully walk into their village? To socialize, wearing a disguise. Ha! Is this a joke? And I suppose you're going to be my valiant tour guide. What do you mean, yes? This is such a bad idea on so many levels, and yet, I'm inclined to trust you. Do you really think there's a place in this modern world for someone like me? Then I trust you. In the morning, we'll dig around this place for a disguise, and then you can show me the world.